heard about backtesting, but have you ever tried forward testing? Hi everyone, my name is Barbara. You can call me the girl who trades. In today's video, I will be backtesting GBPJPY over the past week. Today is 22nd January, so I think this starts from 17th January to 21st. So I'll be backtesting that, and I hope you learn something by the end of this video. So what I will be doing is checking the opportunities we could have made in the last week in today's video. But also I want to teach people this new concept I learned called forward testing. I think people do it a lot, but I just want to introduce a little more structure to it. So what I would do before the week begins is that you do your analysis, but this time you document it and document what the things that you could do to take a trade. So this week I've been very busy, so I had intended that if I did catch an opportunity, I would swing trade, but unfortunately I missed out on GBPJPY, the point where I wanted to enter. But what was helpful for me is that now I know where I should have entered. I know that my analysis was right, and subsequently I will know not to, or what to do or what not to do in my analysis. Now, as a trader, as a growing trader, being able to anticipate market moves and kind of have an idea that what you had anticipated played out or it did not, it's very good because it builds your confidence. It helps you to develop patience on the market. When you're backtesting, most of the time, for a lot of us, we'll just forward, play the charts. Maybe you're even backtesting on the 15 minutes, but because you are in a hurry, you move to the 4 hour, 1 hour, and just be playing. And so you don't actually have a live feel of how price would have acted if you were actually trading live. So the good thing about you predicting or you forward testing is that you have set that if price was here or at this point I may have taken a buy or a sell, and then you place your stop loss and your profit levels, and now you will wait in real time for that trade to play out. Whether you take the trade or not, it is a good test for you to develop your patience, to develop discipline on the market. Okay, so that is what I intend for us to do today. So we're going to go into the charts, but just before we do, I want to show you the analysis I made on GBPJPY before the week began and how it actually played out in real time as the week towards the week's end. GBPJPY is known to trend. It trends for a while before the trend reverses, and to be honest, I've been so busy this week. I had planned that if I had caught that move, I would have stayed in it and then closed by Friday. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get the move at the beginning, but I mean, it's all well and good. I know that my analysis has played out and I know how long it would have taken to play out. So I'll just get into that right away. I just want to quickly show you guys that, so I have a page somewhere that I actually put all this. So I just want to show you a screenshot so you actually know when I posted this. So I did this on 17th, that's on Monday at 12:23 a.m. Okay, so to my analysis. So I did my analysis on the 1 hour time frame. I did my analysis on the 1 hour time frame. Actually, as the week progressed, I moved it to 4 hour, but generally on the 1 hour, the 1 hour was good enough for me. So if you know, if you've watched my simple trendline strategy video, I will link it in the description below. I talk a lot about trend lines. I think they are very good, and then I add it as a confluence to other things that I do in order to get good trades. So I had anticipated that there was this 1 hour supply area, and I anticipated that if price would obviously change character around that area. It could be a sell. However, there was another supply area, 4-hour supply area higher up. So I was anticipating that the trend line in that 4-hour supply area at the top could serve as the catalyst to push price back down. So the actual thing is that if I had seen a 15-minute change of character around the 1-hour point of interest, I may have entered the trade, but I was also looking at the 4-hour supply area at the top, that if price went there and hit the trend line, I would be looking for confirmations to take a sell down. Now we'll go up to the actual chart and then look at the opportunities that were presented to us. Welcome back to the chart. So as I said, with forward testing, as I showed you earlier, I plotted these areas on the charts, and I'm going to use these areas as my areas of interest as I am back testing right now. So in actual fact, if on Monday, for instance, as I have forwarded to this 11 p.m. on Monday, let me move it to 12. So this was 12 midnight on Monday. So if I was going to use these areas, as I said, I'm looking in this 1-hour supply zone for short. If there was a 15-minute change of character, I would go short at this area. So I'm going to go to the 15-minute time frame, and then I'm going to check if they are going to be short. As I said, I didn't take any of these trades. Unfortunately, I missed out on them, but it was good to know that my analysis was right at the end of the week. Okay, so this first support resistance area has been broken. So I'm looking at, and there's another resistance up here. I'm looking how that resistance would be broken or respected on the 15-minute. If I go back and I just draw a thin line, I usually use the bodies for I use the bodies of the candles for my break of structures. Just once there's a break with a full body, I don't consider that play is valid. And this is just me. I just find that when I do that, it helps me. So again, this supply area has been invalidated. So I'll be looking at my trend line. I'll be looking at my trend line now, and I'm going to go back to the 1-hour time frame. If I'm trading on the 4-hour, I usually look at the 1-hour for my entries. Now I'm looking at the trend line. If you watch my trend line strategy, I'll link that video below. I've done a video, a simple strategy for beginners using trend lines, and this strategy is what I'm using here. So I'm using the 4-hour supply area at the top, also this trend line, so both of them act as a confluence for me. So I'm looking at an engulfing candle around the trend line. If I find that, I will probably enter a 1-hour engulfing candle or a 1-hour evening star pattern. If you want to know more about candlestick patterns, again, I have a video fully done on candlestick patterns alone. I will link that in the description. Please go and watch that video as well. So I'm just playing price forward, and yes, we have a rejection from the trend line, as well as almost touching the supply area at the top. Now, at this point, I should point out that I don't take my entries just based on a doji candle only or the rejection candle. I prefer to wait for engulfing candles. Again, this is a personal preference. So this candle just gave me my entry, and I would have put my stop loss just above the wicks, and this will be my first profit target, this potential support area here. And as I said, I was swing trading for the week. So although this area would have been my first take profit, I would also look to take this trade a little further down, maybe to this first area would give me a risk to reward of about 1 to 2.7, and this second area I'm targeting will give me a risk to reward of 1 to 4.5. So I will play price forward and see how it would go. Oh wow, that was quick and without any drawdown at all. And let's see how long this took. So this was a total of about 9 hours. So in 9 hours, my trade has played out. First take profit hit. Now, at this point, usually I would take off about 60% of my profit and move my stop loss to break even completely. Let's see if the price would come down any further. Let me just see if it would go to the second profit target. Now you do see a retracement happening after we hit this resistance point. And as I said, I have about 60% of my trade still going. Now, if you want to catch retracements, let me just put this in briefly. If you do want to catch retracements, you can use Fibonacci. And for me, if I'm using Fibonacci, and this is just from backtesting and what I know, I usually target the 50%. You can see here that there was a strong rejection from 38%, the 38.2 or 0.382. I just used 38.2%. There was a rejection from there, but I typically would have taken a trade from 50%. That's just me and my preference, okay? And okay, so you now see that there is another wick, another doji from 50%, and let's see. So with this bearish candle right here that has formed, I could have entered for another position to continue the trade to go short. Maybe this would have been just above this wick would have been my stop loss, and then to take it down to the same profit target, another 3.2 risk to reward ratio. Now, I want you guys to look at something clearly. Again, we are almost close to the trend line, but we didn't touch it. So sometimes the trend line, you may not be touched, but we'll play on and see how it went. So a little further retracement, got close to the trend line again. So we will see more retracement, target hit. So now let's see how long this new trade took to play out. So this new position that we took, it took about one day and 10 hours, and that position was taken around 2 p.m. on Wednesday. So in total, the first trade would have given us a risk to reward of 4.5. The second one, 1:4. Yeah, 1:4 as well. So these two trades could have given us an easy 8% at the end of the week. So which is more than good. These things come with practice. Again, you need to practice and know what works for you and what will benefit you as a trader. But this is just how I look at the charts, and I wanted to share that. Thank you guys for watching this. All right, I hope you did enjoy today's video. I hope you learned something. Let me know if you'd like these kind of videos going forward in the comment section. I will definitely get to it.